Good morning. Today is May the 17th, 2022. And you have Tariq Ibnjamil from Cultivating the Culture. And today what we're going to do, we're going to cover a subject that is of utmost importance and actually is always of utmost importance, but we just don't really give it the importance that is needed. And that is talking about supremacy. We just had this incident in Buffalo where a person that considered themselves a white supremacist had went up and he went into the place and he killed innocent people. He shot 13 and 10 of them he killed. And the basis of it was racist. He didn't like black people. He left from where he was in some part of New York or something, went up to upstate New York to Buffalo, went to a particular area, and then proceeded to go in and shoot people. And there was one part of it, the video, where they actually show him. There was a European American, a white American, that was laying on the floor and cowering, and he saw him and he screamed. And when the shooter saw him, saw that he was white, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my bad." Basically, I didn't. You're not part of my target, and he didn't target him. He didn't shoot him, and he proceeded to walk through the place. He did all of this. He live streamed it. And this is sick, but it's 18-year-old. In our society today, we act like an 18-year-old is a child. The reality is in most societies, once a person reaches puberty, they can marry, they can do other things, they can work, because it's responsibility. What we do is we hold on for extra years. But even in this society, 18 wasn't the year that the people would make it that you were considered responsible for your actions. Once you start to reach that age of puberty, you start thinking, you start being able to reproduce, you have the responsibility. You think he knows what he's doing. He knew what he was doing. And he targeted people and he assassinated them. And he went and he treated it like his game. And the sad thing is that this was live streamed. And while it was live streamed, it was actually live streamed before he got there, while he was in the car. So you got individuals watching, knowing this guy has ill intent, get in the car, going through the neighborhood, going through the place, telling him what he's going to do, has his rifle right there, and nobody called the police. So we have this individual who is a racist, a supremacist, is an evil person, just evil. And we have the individuals that's watching it, that knowing that he's going to do what he's going to do. But because who he says he's going to do it to, they're comfortable. They feel comfortable. They don't make that phone call to the police. They don't call. Today, if I put something on Twitter, or I put something on Facebook, I put something and I say a bad word, or I say that, somebody should be in front of the fire squad for what they did. Next thing you know, they ban me, they put me on restriction, they cut me off. So I'm just wondering, how is it that a person can post the manifesto a few days before it stays up? Our agencies that have a responsibility to protect their citizens, whether you're black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, anybody, that's their responsibility. They should have been on top of that. They'll be investigating me or investigating somebody else, but it's important for them to be on top of it. So this guy was able to get away. So today's talk, what we're going to do is talk about supremacy, because we're focusing on white supremacy, but supremacy is supremacy. Supremacy, here in America, what do we have going on? Supremacy going on in Russia, right? Russia and Ukraine. Is that white supremacy? Well, these are two white groups. Russians are white, Ukrainians are white. But Russia is a country or people that are supremacists. They think they're supreme to the Ukrainians. Enough that I'm going to take over your land. Hitler was a supremacist. Then we go in other places, and there's considered African supremacists, tribal supremacists, language or different types of supremacy. But here in America, we're dealing with our situation. And this is based on color and the supremacy. So the title that we have today is The Root of Supremacy. Well, for us, we are based, as cultivating the culture, we base our thing on our code. And the code for me, my code is Islam. And follow our example of our Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some people, their code is the code of Jesus. And what Jesus did, and they follow his way, but they have to follow the code, not somebody else's code. And same thing with some people's code. The code is Moses. Well, in our book, it says that the original racist, the original supremacist, was the devil. When the Creator created Adam, after he created him, he had told him all creation to bow down. He said, فَسَجَدُوا. All of them, they bowed down, ila iblis. All of them bowed down, ila iblis, except the devil. Right? And so our Creator asked him a question. He said, I told all you up here with the angels, tell the angels to do something, they do it, everyone else does it. They did it, they bow down, you didn't bow down. He said, why didn't you bow down? And what did the devil say? What did Iblis say? Ana khayru minhu. Right? I'm better than him. Ana khayru minhu. Right? Khalaqatani min nar. You've created me from fire. Wa khalaqatahu min tin. And you created him from earth. And some say, it was earth, black earth, the shape. So for us, and for the understanding, this is the billion plus, because our, Muslims all over the world, that we take this, then the basis of supremacy is ana khayru minhu. I'm better than him. It comes from who? The devil. You see? So whether I'm white, thinking that I'm better than somebody, ana khayru minhu, I'm white, or if I'm black and I think ana khayru minhu, I'm better, or I'm an Arab and ana khayru minhu, and I'm in Saudi wa huwa I'm better from, because this is the work of the devil as far as us. And so we can't take the actions of others and adopt that. And so, one of the things that we have to look at with this situation is, how do we deal with it? Do we deal with it, get emotional? Do we deal with it and take on the same attitude that they're taking on? Okay, you're going to be a devil. You're going to say that ana khayru minhu, I'm better than him. I'm better than you because of what I'm made from, as opposed to as being a human being. And then now I'm going to act a certain way. No, it's our responsibility, and here in America, that we utilize the law. The law is there for us to be able to, and we need to force them to use these laws of terrorism, the terrorist laws, because it's a terrorist act. You're terrorizing people. No different than any other thing, because the cause of it. You're terrorizing, you're making people feel uncomfortable all over the country, that we have to worry about it and stuff. Now people are going to have to get arms and, protect themselves, protect their families, go to the extent, because they're going to be worried. Now you're creating a divide between the blacks and the whites, where people are going to be suspicious when they see a white person come in. You had a white person came in the supermarket and, he came in, but as soon as he got out, he started shooting. We had the same thing in the situation with the Walmart. We had a situation in the church, you see, where these black people in the church, they were happy. Wow, this young white boy is coming in, white man is coming into our church. He's a Christian, I'm a Christian. We're one brotherhood. Why? Because we believe in Jesus. And we both believe in Jesus. It's not about color, because that should override your race thing. If your race overrides your faith, then you don't have faith. I would say that again. If your race overrides your faith, then you don't have faith in the Creator. You have faith in the devil. And because that's his statement. And if your faith is in the statement of the devil, then that's where your faith is. So when that incident happened at the church, then every Christian, every person that say that they follow Jesus, whether black, white, Chinese, Asian, whatever race, should have been up in arms. But because we have the people's belief is greater than their belief in their prophet, it shouldn't have. Automatic. Hey, what did this guy do? This guy went in there and he, shot people up in the church that was praying to God, and they just finished and they were happy that, he was coming to God and being saved. So everybody should have been up in arms. But this belief of ana khayru minhu, I'm better than him, but like I said, it comes from the devil. It creeps in. And when it becomes your center, then you need to understand that faith, your faith in the devil or his principle or his teaching, is greater than your faith in the Jesus, faith in Muhammad, faith in the Creator. Or faith in, when I say faith in Muhammad, excuse me, your faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because we believe in the message of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He is the one that brought the Quran from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gave the angel Jibril, gave it to him. and he gave it to us. But it came to all of the words that he said, that the Creator said, and we take it, we follow him. So it says that Allah, follow the messenger. That's what we do. So if we take this as a principle, then I cannot be a supremacist. I cannot be a follower of Iblis. You know, one of the things that we have to really focus on is here in America, like I said, this incident, taking advantage of it. You know, start changing this culture, because there's a culture that's been created over the past few years, is people not being responsible, you know, for their actions, people not being responsible for their statements. You know, freedom of speech. I can say what I want to, even though what I say is going to be able to cause harm to people. And this is gone to a large extent. So it's gone to much that we have it at this point right now. We have it that people are comfortable just going in and shooting other people. So I've been looking through the media, looking at the newspaper. I was shocked to even see, well, not shocked, you know, right at the beginning is this a racial issue? We look at it and we see that the guy on his gun, he had the word, you know, the N-word on the gun. Walked through, like I said, saw a European American and there, a white guy, and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then he proceeded to kill all of these people. And you know, you see the ages. He killed senior citizens, 86-year-old, 65-year-old, 70-year-old. You know, just went through and just mercilessly, you know, just unmercilessly, just killed these people with no problem. And then people going on talking about, you know, like it's nothing. So I want to be able to, actually you're supposed to talk with some people. There's a couple of shows that's going on. We're making a conversation. People are talking about actually this book called The Turner Diaries. And it's, you know, they talked about the manifesto, but most of the time they find the manifesto and they also find this book that encourages racism. Like Hitler had Mein Kampf, and people read that back in the day and they used that as their Bible to you know, make out their plans. Well, the same thing in 1978, there was this book that was written, and it was called The Turner Diaries, and in there they described a lot of these things that's happening. So you see, I started seeing people bringing up that book, talking about the book, talking about the plans in there, talking about, you know, the history of what is happening in America. But we have the root, and the root is, you know, thinking that you're better than somebody. So we have to really start looking at ourselves, looking at our culture, looking at the race issue. You know, if we want it to stop, we can't go. I can't go and turn to, you know, a thing of I'm better than somebody else, or anything of that sort. So that was it. Just wanted to express myself about what was happening, and I hope that, you know, more people can talk about it. We can sit down. We can start working on being human. But we definitely need to press the government or federal agencies to make this a terrorist act, because it was clearly an act of terror, and people are right now being terrorized, and they're in fear of when is going to be next. And so it's the taxpayer, as a taxpayer, or whether you're a taxpayer or a citizen, as a citizen. That's it. As a citizen, have a right to be protected. Not about race. It's about being protected as a citizen. So they need to go out there, go after these individuals, go after the people that he spoke with, and make a change. And for us, we need to really have real candid conversations and talking about, you know, superiority, and making people feel a certain way, and then continuing with these lies. So peace be with you. You have a nice day, and that's it. Thank you.